Fever vs Valkyries highlights: how many points did Caitlin Clark score? The Golden State Valkyries pulled away in the fourth quarter to beat Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever 88-77 at home on Thursday. The Valkyries have won 4 of their last 5 games and improved to 6-6 overall after becoming the fastest franchise to win 5 games in its inaugural season earlier this month. The Fever finished each of the first 3 quarters with the lead and put the Valkyries in a deficit as large as 13 points, but it wasn't enough to deny Golden State. Kayla Thornton led Golden State with 16 points and 6 rebounds in 20 minutes of play. Tiffany Hayes, playing her first home game since her return from injury, produced 14 points and 5 assists in 32 minutes off the bench. Aliyah Boston finished with a game-high 17 points and 12 rebounds for the Fever in the loss. Clark had 11 points, 9 assists and 7 rebounds. She shot just 3 for 14 from the field and didn't hit a three-pointer, 0-for-7. Clark was coming off a game where she was in the middle of a scuffle that led to an ejection, flagrant fouls and subsequent fines. It inspired Indiana Fever coach Stephanie White to blast the league's refs and reignited the national debate about how the WNBA's biggest star is treated and viewed by opposing players. White missed Thursday's game for personal reasons. Austin Kelly served as the acting coach for Indiana. Sophie Cunningham hit with more punishment by WNBA over Caitlin Clark incident. Sophie Cunningham has been slapped with a second fine for her part in instigating the late-game brawl after Caitlin Clark was pushed to the court during the match against the Connecticut Sun. On Tuesday, the Indiana Fever clinched an 88-71 victory over the Sun. Clark notched up 20 points with 6 assists and a rebound, but the major talking point of the game was when All-Star player Clark was knocked to the ground by Marina Mabrey. As the clock wound down on the Fever's triumph, Cunningham's forceful foul on J.C. Sheldon ignited a fiery dispute involving players from both teams. There were several confrontations on the court. Clark and Sheldon traded verbal jabs before Sheldon struck Clark on the head. Fever's head coach Stephanie White promptly criticized the WNBA's referees for their management of the game. The league has now escalated the technical foul on Connecticut's Mabrey for pushing Clark to the floor, and Cunningham has also been hit with additional punishment. Cunningham, who netted 5 points and racked up 7 rebounds in the victory, was handed a flagrant 2 for her involvement. Any flagrant foul carries an automatic fine, but the official also announced that the league has imposed a second extra fine on Cunningham, reports a ref equals https://www.themirror.com Sport Basketball Cunningham Fever WNBA Clark Sun 1218801 rel equals follow target_self The Mirror USA. The WNBA does not reveal the sums of money players are fined. The altercation that erupted at the end of the game was the climax of tension that had been gradually escalating. Mabrey was given a technical in the third quarter, but the main incident was the shoving match involving Clark. Stay informed with X for top sports news and updates. Sheldon accidentally poked Clark in the eye during a robust defensive play. The incident escalated when Clark seemed to shove Sheldon back, followed by Mabrey's forceful shove that sent Clark tumbling to the floor. Technical fouls were also meted out to Clark and Tina Charles in the heated exchange. Post-game, voices from both the Fever and the Sun camps argued that the fray was a result of the officials' overlooked calls and shoddy game management. Fever coach White was vocal about his grievances, stating that officiating was not keeping pace with the WNBA's growing popularity.